Hey there guys, we are back with some more Let's Try. This time we're playing a game called Cards and Towers. So this game is a roguelite survivor game with kind of deck building and tower defense elements. So this game is from the developers of Family Dev. So if you're not familiar, these are with the similar developers from the game I played before, Cards and Guns. I played in this channel before. Be sure to check them out as well. So yeah, this game is kind of like in the same vein as Heretics Fork. If you are familiar with that game, it is kind of similar to this one, and I played this in the channel as well before. So be sure to check them out as well. And yeah, the developers were kind enough to give me a copy of this, and you know what? Might as well try it out. Let's see what we can say about this game. Let's see what we can um, what are the good points about what things that can be improved on. Let's see what else that we could mm, see here. So you know what, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, everybody. I have my coffee here, and let us go just play around with cards and towers. Let's go for a classic mode, and right off the bat you get to choose different characters here. So first of all, I believe the best thing that I criticized about this when I first played is the tutorial here. So there is a tutorial at the start of the game, but it is really not clear. Let's go for the Crimson Citadel here. And you know, since it's like the basic gist of a basic tower here, like the default here. And I believe the best way is to, let the players choose incrementally more complicated sets of towers here before going for the very start. Also, what I've noticed here that you can select your starting structures, and immediately right off the bat you get to choose between like different rarities here, and it's not explained in the game. So in the game there are different rarities, so similar to an MMORPG and similar to Heretics Fork. Gray is common, green is the next level, then it goes to blue, goes to purple, goes to orange or legendary. So right off the bat, it is really much better to get the what they call this, the rare ones. I mean the legendary ones right off the bat, because you get to have a really powerful weapon at the very start. Anyway, let's go for electrical damage. Maybe let's remove the element. Let's clear this. Let's go for a spaceship, which deals electrical damage and shock. Let's go for a medium. As you can see here, my favorite part is here, times ability to speed up time. And our goal is for every round, you need to defeat a certain number of enemies that spawn around around this area. And the enemies, your towers will automatically lock on, as you can see over here, dealing damage to enemies and gathering all the resources. And once you reach a certain number threshold, like so, you get to what they call this, you get to play some cards here. This is the amount of energy you have. Let me try to explain you the tutorial. I'll be your tutorial here because the game doesn't really have one, if I believe so. Or maybe I played and just skipped right through it. So anyway, here is the amount of energy you have. Each card has their own, excuse me, energy requirement here. So this costs 1 energy, increases luck. And here we have a drone, which places another tower here, but we can't place them because we have a limited amount of slots over here occupied by our spaceship and our shock. What can we do with the cards aside from playing them? Well, we could combine them. Like for example, we could recycle them. If we really don't want, we could combine them into a rarer card. So for example, if we want like another spaceship for later, we can do that. Or maybe we can just play it. So let's say if we want to increase luck and stuff. So another thing that I want to say about this, if a card does a different thing, like for example a wood, increase luck by 5 and increase unit lifetime, I suggest, if not changing the name, at least change the art style so people would distinguish which one is like which card is which. So after you play the game, you end turn, and you continue to play the game. So as you can see, it's quite similar to the game Heretics Fork, with its own sci-fi gimmick aside from its own 3D art style, as compared to Heretics Fork with a 2D art style here. So with that in mind, Let's go just increase lifetime here and increase unit damage. Oh yeah, there are two types of towers here, by the way. We have a unit and we have a tower. So what I like to, so units are basically the ones that get spawned, and towers are the stationary towers that you have. So usually what I do, I just upgrade these things to have like better chances for better cards. For example, here, boom and boom. Also, what I like, what I want to, you know, like I like the art style. I love a low poly art style here, but the background here kind of plain. Like it, it could add some, pizzazz in it. I know it's relatively early, and it there could be improvements here, but just add some texture a bit through this area here. Like everything pops up, I know, but everything else should also have some sort of increase unit speed. Thank you so much. And have some a bit of spice to it, if you know what I mean. Also, um in order to, you will always be, if you have a certain game that is similar to another game, like for example, if you're similar to a card deck builder, you will always be compared to Slay the Spire. So I believe, you need to have something. Ooh, increase all electrical damage by 50%. Yes, please. Let's combine you. Hopefully you could get something useful. Sure, why not? Get a clover leaf here. And yeah, you need something to make it like, unique, or like have some bit of style here. So obviously, first of all, I think since you're already a 3D game like this, if you could have the ability to, rotate the camera, like actually have more freedom movement in your camera, that would be really good help for this game. Given how this game is already in 3D, you don't really need to restrict yourself with just zooming in and out, similar to, um similar to the, what do you call that game, the Heretics Fork game. So you can also, plus you lean into the more sci-fi stuff, so have more flashy visual effects for your towers and everything. Because you in speed, lifetime, might as well just place everything here. You know just have, double down on the flashiness of it, like make everything sci-fi and all that. Also, this thing here seems too large. It covers like half of the screen, so when I zoom in, I could see the right side. However, I can't see this one. So maybe, have a way to, pop in, pop out, or like maybe center this somehow. I'm not really sure. Like center the center over here instead, like make this be the main screen. I don't know. Excuse me. Okay, so let's try to combine some stuff here. Let's see if we can combine. Oh, frick, I recycled it. No. Oh, that's my bad. So yeah, having a sound, really sci-fi sound effects, and plus visual effects for this game could really help it a lot. I could see the vision of this game, like a more sci-fi take on Heretics Fork, and a more tower defense and a more modern take. So might as well, double down on it. Like, make sure. Ooh. Increase unit speed, sure, why not? And let's try to combine some stuff here. Sure, might as well keep that there. So yeah, that is basically all the criticisms I have. Like every time I play these types of games, I really like how, you could have the sense of progression, have the sense of, overwhelming odds. Oh, thank you for the radio. Thank you so much. Let's combine these two. Increase rocket radius, and no, thank you. Let's just end our turn. Pam pam. So yeah, as you can see, the sound effects are there. However, whenever enemies die, it doesn't feel like as satisfying as, you could be. Ooh, skip that. Ooh, gain a structure slot. Thank you. Give me another spaceship if you don't mind. Thank you. So yeah, for example, in the next round, we're at stage 2. It's just a change of color and a change of scenery here. So just add a bit of spice to every region. So, visually, Like you would know whether which level, which stage are you, aside from the different in color. But yeah, I really like the gameplay loop. Like the game, like for me, don't get me wrong, I love me some good gameplay loops. Ooh, increase unit spawn rate by 50%. Okay, that's fine. Let's focus on a unit right now. Um, let's see what we can do. Like, I know our towers are going to be useful, but I really want the towers here. Plus, I'm really just a sucker for anything low poly and sci-fi. So, you know, kind of reminds me of Thor as well. You know, double down on that. Like, double down on the sci-fi and the explosions and everything. And this... Oh, increase unit spawn rate. Yes, please. Unit spawn rate. Thank you so much. Let's combine you into two different cards. Let's combine you. A broom, grade 1 extra choice. No, thank you. Just combine you into a purple one. You could have another drone or another shock, but you know what? Let's go for a drone here. Maybe we could have something other than that. So yeah, since it is 3D, I really love to have like, you know, like ability to rotate the camera. Maybe I'm not sure if it's there, but from the moment I played, I can only you know what? Let's try to combine to a legendary. Let's see what we can get. Bourgeois clothes, if you know shield, increase all healing you. Draw 3 cards. I'm not really sure that that merits to a freaking 3 cost, but you know what? I take it. I take it anytime, any day. Increase unit spawn rate? Sure. Let's have a lot of units here. So I'm not really sure if you can hear it, but the sound effects are there. But yeah, double down the effects, man. Like make it look satisfying. It doesn't really have to be like overpowered. It just needs to feel satisfying. There's a difference between like it feels satisfying and it looks satisfying. I mean, so yeah, for electricity, double down on electricity. Explosions, double down on explosions. You know, that is one way to, you know, that is just my thoughts anyway. Like first of all, take everything with a grain of salt. I'm just a gamer and I have my own thoughts and I like to play games. I played a lot of games, different types of games from varying developers as well as different qualities and different genres. So you know what? I have like a slight idea on what I like, well, what I like in general. So increase unit lifetime, but you know what? Um let's increase our spawn speed. Let's combine you. We increase unit lifetime again. So yeah, we could literally have a really OP run here with just a lot of units. Pam 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 pam. We could have another drone. Oh no, we don't. We can't have another drone. So with this, I believe we can combine. Are you? Yes, we can upgrade you. Sure. Let's combine you with this one. So for example, these two bolts, they look the same, therefore they will have the same effects. However, if I didn't know, for like for example the wood, some of the wood have different effects. You know, they should really show it. But yeah, look at this. Fast forward. When a game has fast forward, I will love it. Even though sometimes maybe it's just a placebo effect for me. I don't really care. Let's combine you into a legendary one. Increase unit range? Sure. Why not? Let's buff up our units even more. Like having increased range would be really good for our units. So they don't really need to travel as far to hit one. So look at that. They are spreading around. And I like how these units are like my favorite color. Increase unit spawn rate, increase unit lifetime. So I'm pretty sure we got this in the bag. Unless, you know, it gets exponentially harder. Increase electrical damage? Sure, why not? Let's add that to our deck. And luck increases, explosive. You know what? Let's go for extra structure slot. I don't care. Sure, might as well get a drone. Increased our spawn rate. And increased our range. Rocket. These are useless to me, dude. But I don't care. We have another drone to our arsenal. So as you can see right here, this drone is explosive. So maybe, like for example, the explosions, like make the explosions look really good. Like maybe like condense everything. What I really like about this though, like once you reach in the later levels, it can get really satisfying to see the numbers. Like it's really satisfying to look at the numbers and enemies get absolutely shredded. And I think having stats should be like stats for your towers be a good sign as well, so you will know if you're actually doing well. So we are going to defeat them with numbers. Numbers against numbers. Really good. Sure, let's combine you two. We could have another spaceship. Like we could combine it into another legendary. Perfection. So 2 legendary spaceships. We are up and running here. Dun, dun. So we're already at level. I think our goal is to reach level 50, if I'm not mistaken. And then once we reach that, we are pretty much good. Increase unit range. Thank you so much. Okay, you know what? Let's try to combine you two. Let's see if we can get like a better one. Another spaceship? No, thank you. We could remove, but the shock is legendary though, so I really don't want to sell that unless I get another legendary. You know, as not to waste enemies here. As not to waste this legendary card here. So yeah, this is the default speed, by the way. So pretty decent. With all the effects. Wow, the laser, the electricity is zooming here. Increase tower damage. Sure, I'm just gonna get you so that I could, you know, combine clothes. I combine clothes. I mean, combine some cards here for the future. Yeah. So I'm just gonna spam the spawn rate. So like almost every time these things would spawn, so we will have a lot of units in our hand. Honestly, this is really satisfying. Sometimes the audio cuts out though. I don't know if that's like the game problem, or maybe the audio, or maybe it's just my PC's problem. I'm not really sure. Spawn rate battery. So tempted just to, you know, focus on spamming here. The same upgrades. Make sure like the spawn rate is all over the place. Yeah, the audio is screwing up if there are a lot of things on the screen. But yeah, similar to any type of survival games. The only way, you know, to add a gimmick to this is, you know, maybe add a different setting, like add a single mechanic that is really satisfying. For example, this would increase tower range. All this do the different things, but they have they have different logos. So, you know, be sure to make, like, I know they're basic cards, but at least try to distinguish them like just a little bit, so you know people would, once they look at the card, it is easy to see, especially when they're playing really fast. We're already at level 27 and we're still not having problems. We're like over halfway through and we're pretty much doing fine. Okay. I'm gonna try to combine these things. Since we have another crowbar, I could afford to get another legendary. Create a squad of drones at a random location. Cannot be played more once per turn. Sure, why not? Oh, so it's a cooldown. Okay, Squad of Drones. Let's see what you do. It's the first time I've seen this card. So you can only use once per round. Wait a minute. Is it autocast? Did it spawn right there? Oh, it's... Is it spawning? I'm not really sure if it's spawning somewhere. Let me see here. I don't really see it. Am I tripping? Am I tripping here? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's try this one out again. I don't know where you're spawning things though. So I'm not really sure. We have a lot of units, man. Yeah, that is a lot. I think every time I fast forward it, like the audio bugs out, and that's why it's so freaking quiet. It's so quiet, man. Like it's so eerie. Letting these guys sound, letting see this destruction. It's also freaking quiet. Um, let's draw some cards here. Let's draw another card. Okay, let's try to combine cards now. I don't really care. I just want to get a super rare one. For example, if we do it like this, you get under purple, and once we get under purple, we can combine you into we can get ground support. Let's try that one. I'm not really sure how the special abilities work though. It's so freaking quiet as well. Kinda reminds me of like when I play Rogue Tower, if there's so much freaking noise, like the sound effect just cuts out because I think like the sounds are overriding each other, or maybe there's not enough sound, or maybe the game isn't designed to be like this. So I'm sorry developers for breaking the game. Sure, give me another one. Gain another structure slot if you don't mind. Sure. Let's get another rare one. Oh, yes. Let's get an MLRS. I'm not really sure what does that stand for. But I'm gonna take it. So yeah, we're at level 31. And I really can't... We're at stage 4. So I believe it's every after 10 levels, we gain another stage. And the enemies are not really giving us any problems, I believe. We're still doing fine over here. And there, it's a constant stream of enemies. Yeah, I believe like maybe also different type of enemies would be good. Okay, give me this. Can we combine 2 of you? Nope. So we gain another one. So what do you do? Oh, it's a rocket. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Yeah, given this 3D, I really want to zoom into these individual units, man, and see them just decimate some enemies. Excuse me. So yeah, look at these dudes, just pure explosions. Also, variety of units would be nice, like maybe units that split, maybe units that are fast. So you know, you guys could so people could adapt to different types of enemies in different scenarios. Like yeah, for example, look at this. Like the MLRs look really satisfying looking with the flashy explosions and the missiles and everything. It looks cool. Like if you could double down on that, yeah, and with the style, this could be a really good how do you say this? This could be a really satisfying game to play. Like even more, I mean even more satisfying than it already is. I love it nonetheless. So thank you again developers for. So if you're enjoying what this game right now, be sure to check out the game in the description below. And yeah, we're just dominating them. Like we're spawn capping them. Like, look at these dudes. They're spawn camping them. Poor enemies, man. Yeah, look at these missiles. These missiles look really good. Like they're flashy. They have that umph. I'm not really sure if the sound effects are the same because the sound is really weird. Sometimes it turns on, sometimes it's off. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's try to combine more cards. Let's see what we can get here. Increase unit spawn rate. Hahaha. Fear the power of an army. Yeah, I wonder what's your spawn rate right now. It. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. By the next few days, there will be a lot of like new indie games that I will be playing because when I was away in vacation, there were the developers that were reaching out with different games, and I felt really bad honestly that I wasn't able to cover the game earlier, and some were even like past um the required date, so I couldn't cover them. But ooh, okay, let's remove the shock here. Let's replace the Hummer, and that should allow us to have another spawning here. Okay, what is that sound? Is that the background music? So yeah, so I honestly just felt really bad, like that I wasn't able to play them. Oh, look at this! Look at this dude. Okay, now that I'm looking at the fire, these fires should have like a. This shouldn't be a laser beam. It should be like a fire that leaves a trail. Like you could do it in effects, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I kind of felt a bit of um bad when I wasn't able to play it, and that's why I'm recording a lot of these new games recently, in order to make up for all those things. So be sure to check out the games that I will play in the next few days as well, and leave down a comment on what games you would like to play. Would you like me to play? And leave down a comment if you like the game or if you've tried the game for yourself and your thoughts about it. Where it's good, it's bad, it's positive, negative. Just be sure to be nice down in the comment section below, as well as it with excuse me, as well as with the developers. And let's try to have constructive criticism if you have one, and some positive comments as well. In order to boost um the overall positivity in the gaming industry. So leave down as much comments as you like, and see what you can improve, and let's see games that you like me to cover, and all these things. Just let's spread the love of games. As a cactus myself, which loves games, be sure to share it. Also, are we losing here? Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure if we're losing here. Um. Also, did I just experience like a sudden FPS drop? Hmm. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it's just the game. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how to create oh, at a random location. I see. Let's try to combine some cards here. Let's see if we can get something interesting. And for example, increase the unit spawn rate even more. Maybe we can reach to a point we are spawning like once every few seconds now, and just have a critical mass of units. Mm-hmm. Look at this. Enemies are enemies are struggling to actually get past through our wall of drones, of our tanks. I really love the freaking flamethrower Humvees, man. Okay, honestly, I just realized I like how the towers are color coded. How you could distinguishly see which towers are doing which and which tower they came from. That's a really good. That's a really good visual indication there. Ground support at a random location. Sure. Let's see how that goes. Sure. Let's increase our luck. Oh, I didn't play it. So yes, we are going to have ground supports now. I'm pretty sure where they spawn, but oh, there it is. I see them. Look at these dudes spawning at a random location. We have a lot of units with us. I wonder what are the laser things. Are they like bugging out, or maybe that's intentional? Is like a chain lightning effect, maybe? Mm-hmm. Come on, guys, spawn faster. I want to kill more. I want to get to the next level immediately. Oh my god, we are. Look at these dudes. Yeah, and the number indicators as well. Yeah, and I'm not really sure you noticed. Maybe it's just because of my resolution, but the number indicators are really small. I can barely see them. Even even when I zoom in, I can't really see because I can only zoom in the middle. Okay, let's try to combine stuff here. Um, let's combine these two. Let's combine these two. Sure enough, let's grab that. And might as well increase our luck while we're here. Okay, 625. Look at the amount of rockets are there. Like, imagine if the lasers could bounce. That would be really satisfying. Like, pew, 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 pew. So far, I'm not seeing any problems. Uh... And pretty sure I'm about to bite my I'm about to bite my ass when it comes to in the later parts. I got a rocket. Rocket's so really satisfying, man. Come on, defeat more enemies. Pam 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 pam. Can I actually hear them? Oh, I can barely hear it on like ×1 speed. What the hell? Okay, let's just combine you. Sure, why not? Dun, 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 dun. Let's combine you into a blue one. Guess what I'm getting? Increase unit spawn rate. If we can just overwhelm them with sheer amount of power, why not? And come on, dudes, like spawn more units, spawn more. Like it's already like level 40. Let's spawn more units. And look at these two. Look at these two rocket launchers here. Look at that. Wait, are they actually getting through? I'm seeing a lot of enemies here. Come on, yes, spawn more. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Sure, let's increase the belt and gain another structure slot. Let's try to combine you and you. We could have another element RS. Sure, why not? Maximum amount of towers, baby! More rockets, more enemies. So yeah, it's another color, but you know, you really can't tell what enemies are which. You know, like maybe just add some trees or maybe rocks, like just to make sure like this area is not like that could be helpful as well to spice things up a bit. Bam bam pam 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 pam. We're decimating them. Look at these fire dudes here, really funny to look at. Dun, 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 dun. I'm seeing no progress with the enemies here. They're still getting pushed back. Just kind of funny. Since we focus so much on electric damage at the start. Sure enough, let's grab this. Increases luck. Not really sure what luck does, but I'll take it. And if we could increase the spawn rate by spawning like almost 1 second, we will be off to the races. So yeah, overall, I'm not really sure what the gold does as well though. Is there like permanent upgrades? I believe there were, if I remember correctly. I'm not really sure if it was this game or it's another similar game that I played recently. Okay, excuse me for that. Sorry, I apologize. I'm still not 100% okay with my throat. Like, even though I said I was okay before, at least I'm not like coughing left and right now. There's just something left there. Somewhere. Like, I'm not continuously and continuously muting my mic just so that I could cough. And I'm not like that anymore. And thank you for all the suggestions again. All the kind words, really helpful. You know, making me feel better. And so I hope I can also make you feel better. Can have another drone. But I think I'm still going to use you just for a combination. Upgrade you, which I don't care what you upgrade into. You as well. Let's see what we have here. Could have a spaceship. Could have another drone there, but I think I'm just going to keep everything on a low profile until we get another legendary one. I'm not sure if I'm doing really well, but I'm not seeing a difficulty spike here. Or maybe I've done so well with my units that they can't get through. Come on, guys, spawn all at once. Let's see. Break the limit of my units, of my army. Come on, come on. Okay, okay. They are spawning quite a bit now. Some are getting through like this small area over here, where it's relatively clear, but you know, our units are actually cleaning them off easily as they spawn. Since we have a really fast spawn rate, I don't really mind. Can we increase the range? Should we increase the range? Sure, why not? if you increase the range of our units, am I increasing the range of the units? Yeah, 25%. So in theory, you could reach the enemy just by sitting at the middle. Like that's probably one of my main goals. Mm-hmm. Also, what I realized, like I just realized this now as we go on later in this level. Um, there should be a limit to how fast is between every round. Since obviously in this game, in between rounds, you really can't do anything. You just need to watch and look if your defense is holding, and wait until the next round until you can do some stuff. And as we obviously as you go along higher levels, there will be a lot more enemies that needs to be destroyed in order to reach the next level. So what I would suggest in order to lessen the idle time in between runs and to keep your players with really short attention span motivated is that have the amount of units that spawn be proportional to the amount of units that needs to be defeated. So the higher enemies should have like more spawn time in order to facilitate a quicker way of finishing the level in theory, assuming you could kill like a similar like a certain number of units per second. Oh, we have a tank here. We could try to use this. Let's see what the tank does. So yeah, like for example, 855, there should be more spawn. And if you want to have like really tanky units with relatively little little that should be isolated from the small ones that are really fast, and just lessen the amount of enemies that needs to be defeated. Like have a time, like estimated time, where an average player could defeat per round, and just adjust the amount of units that spawn and the HP of the units that spawn accordingly. I'm not really sure if you agree, but that's just my opinion. To have like a decent time in between, in order to test also the amount of punishment like your bases could do. Also, look at my tanks, the dark blue ones. That's really cool. So they're so in theory that would allow there would be an average time between levels, and as you've noticed in the earlier levels, I would breeze through almost every quickly for the first few parts. But as we go along here, enemies almost have the similar spawn rate, maybe just a bit more. Um, but it keeps on increasing the number of enemies, so it's going to take a long time to get to level 50 as we go along, as we go closer and closer to our goal. So it is okay if there would be some active abilities that you could do in order to make things like generally more interesting. But for now, you really can't do anything. You can just like sit and watch like an auto battler, a reverse bullet hell auto battler. Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong, it is satisfying to look at, but there would be times where you would be like, "Come on, I just want to play. I just want to play another card." Did you see the tornado things? What the heck was that? Or maybe they were just burning with fire damage? Am I going crazy? I'm seeing like a tornado elemental there. Somehow. Mm-hmm. Okay, what do the tanks sound like? If I slow it down, can I actually hear it? Or it's still really faint though. Oh, oh. Okay, we can actually hear it just a bit. Okay, okay. Level 47. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Okay, this should be the point where everything should ramp up in difficulty, especially in the later parts. You know, to limit test your base. To limit test your base and how far you could go. Mm-hmm. Like for example, like to be fair, like this area is pretty much like there's not anything happening to this side. There are a lot of things happening on this side of the UI. To be fair, if we zoom in, the details are pretty decent actually. Like yeah, this would be so cool if I could change the angle, just see these guys just do their thing, destroying the enemy. Like you could have like in the similar game I played Mecha Bellum, wherein you could have like a shoulder perspective. That would be cool as well. Or maybe you have the ability to control. Yeah, you could control a tower similar to that B game that I played before. That was really fun as well. Pam 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 pam. Things like those, could add some spice to this game. Add some uniqueness. Like it'd be cool to have the ability to pilot one of these, like and you could also add an incentive to using it as a pilot. So maybe you could have like increased attack speed, increased damage, or the ability to have better range. You could snipe enemies like closer. You could shoot from afar. You aren't restricted by range, etc., etc. Um, let's combine you. Let's see what purple unit we could get. Flamor, every time I kind of draw, it's not really my tempo. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. My voice, what's happening with my voice? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, look at this. There's so many units. They're like clipping through each other, man. I can't really tell if these guys are. How do you call this? How many units are there in this like clump of units? Um. Come on, spawn. Like imagine there would be a wave where there would be super slow units, but they would spawn like next to each other, so there's just like a flood of units, like a zombie apocalypse. That would be a really cool design. Mm-hmm. Okay, I actually saw those guys spawn over here now. Like I saw them spawn right over there. Oh, I saw them spawn over here as well. Dun, dun. Okay, what can we have here? You know what? We could get this. Have the chance. Yes! Another legendary. Set your current power to max? What do you mean your current power to max? What's power do? Okay. Not really sure what power does, but you know what? We take those. Pam pam pam. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Okay, I see the rainbow. The rainbow enemies here. Okay, okay. And they're starting to get through, but I'm not really sure if they can get through like our critical mass here, like the death ball of units. Oh, I see the units coming through here. I see them. Mm-hmm. Also, they're stepping up their game. They're stepping up their game, guys. But they don't stand a chance against our rocket barrage. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I saw these guys spawn over here as well. Dun, dun. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. 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 Next round. Is this the last round or is there a boss round? Okay, I think this is the last round. So give me all you've got. If I'm not mistaken, right? I could be fake news, mate. So yeah, you will only know probably, based on if there is still like time left after this video. I mean, after this time, like you could literally skip through everything there and see what happens. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Ooh, choo, choo. Pam, 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 pam. Hey, come on, game. Step up your mobs here. Step up your game, dude. Make them even more challenging that my units would struggle. Okay, that's more like it. That's more like it. Um, yeah, that's more like it, guys. That's more like it. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, they try. They try their best. Yeah, they're just trying their best, man. Mm-hmm. I wonder why. Dun, dun, bam, bam. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, see, now that's more like it. Like, look at this. Just spam your units. Watch my units struggle. Like a proper last stand. Bam, 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 bam. Yay, results. You won. Rewards to be claimed in the main menu. Results. Yeah, so yeah. That is it for this game of Cards and Towers. If you enjoyed it, be sure to click that like button. Subscribe if you want more. Be sure to check out the game for yourself. Links will be in the description below. Again, thank you for the developers. And if you want more videos, be sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every day. Be sure to check them out as well. And if that comment helps the algorithm, guys. See you guys next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.